Smart TVs, smartphones. Stop making the dumb choice and cut the cord. And what do I mean by that exactly? Make the informed choice and switch to streaming. Most of us watch some form of entertainment, especially with the past 2 years of societal limitations. And it may seem like an overwhelming and daunting process, but the internet is filled with a plethora of useful information that can help you take the next steps. There's been a booming trend over the last decade from cable and satellite subscriptions to the streaming service platforms. I'm going to share with you why this switch continues to happen and why you should do it. First, we will discuss the lower cost, and then we will dive into the customization of entertainment experience, and finally, the benefits of minimal hardware requirements. You don't need to pay more for the same service. Listen, cable is expensive and the price just keeps on going up. The average basic cable bill can range anywhere between $100 to $130 a month, with that price varying depending on where you live. Any add-on programming you add can add even more fees to your total, not to mention the extra fees they charge for DVR service and additional receivers. Streaming is less expensive, and I will touch more on that later. Secondly, cable, and especially satellite providers, require you to lock into long-term contracts, generally about 1 to 2 years. No one enjoys feeling confined by a contract. Most people enjoy freedom instead of a 1 to 2 year minimum contract that often renews to unsuspecting customers. Finally, let's talk about the extra equipment needed for cable and satellite TV. Coming back to the monetary situation, you're charged extra for the equipment, which you must have for your service to work. They are unsightly, cumbersome, and quite frankly, they can take up some valuable space. I can tell you from personal experience that one of the reasons people don't make the switch is the idea that cord cutting can seem quite daunting and complicated. I think we all know people who are afraid to try new and different things. Until late in 2021, my family had been reluctant to being a cord cutter because we were afraid of the unknown. Recent data has shown that there are about 45 million cord cutters in the US, and that number is expected to increase by about 20% in 2022. That's 54 million people who are projected to make that switch this year. That means millions of Americans are still watching TV the expensive, old, and antiquated way. Now, how would you like to save $600 to $1,300 a year? Streaming services are half the price of cable TV. Over the course of the decade, with the money that you just saved, you could take a Caribbean vacation or a trip to Europe. Everyone has internet, and that's all you need to get started. It's about having the freedom to choose your own entertainment ingredients. Streaming allows you to customize your streaming preferences. Do you want cable replacement? Then there's YouTube TV, Hulu with live TV, and Sling TV. And that's just a few of the options. It's simple, and it works just like having cable. Are you a sports fan or Star Trek fan? Are you into the financial market? Are you a news junkie or a Disney fanatic? Or do you have young children? There's a package designed for you and for your pocketbook. There are so many options between Netflix, Amazon Prime, HBO Max, Paramount Plus, Peacock, and many more with original content to swoon and sway a viewer like you. With smart TVs and smartphones, the built-in ability to watch TV online is widely available to all people. You need no equipment to get started. Most streaming can be done by downloading an app or visiting a website. If needed, a small piece of equipment, as small as a hard drive by the way, can be purchased for about $20, like a Roku or a Fire Stick, as your bridge to the streaming experience. It's easy. Now, with inflation on the rise, it's an easy decision to make the switch. It's time that you take advantage of your smart TV and smartphone by making the smart decision to cut your TV bills in half. No hardware needed, and it's easy to start. Now is the time for you to enjoy watching the shows and programming that are most important to you without losing any of your viewing options.